holder. The commentator on this Damiani-De Plooy fight is Reg Gutteridge.
Well, it's at the lower league football pitch here in Sicily then. The first of the World Boxing Organization Heavyweight Championships. Obviously the vacant one, the South African Johnny De Plooy, and here's Francesco Damiani, the man obviously with all the support here, and a large gent he is too. 1610 we make that in the kilograms, 104. Referee Tony Perez from New York, and this is his 65th World Championship fight, his first officiating for the WBO. So unbeaten Damiani then 23, hot favourite. Here's a good-looking guy, Johnny De Plooy from the Transvaal, 15 stone exactly, 95 kilos, and 3 Puerto Rican judges. Should it go 12 rounds, but in heavyweights that's most unlikely. Well, there's one thing we know about Damiani, he holds the European Championship anyway. I don't know whether he'll have to vacate it if he wins this. He wants to fight Gary Mason, the British champion. And Johnny De Plooy had some sparring practice in London for this fight with Gary Mason and John Westgarth and Funzo Banjo. So he's had some big fellas in sparring, but can he cope with Damiani? The one thing we know about the Italian, he does have a good chin. I've seen a lot of him as an amateur. 2 Olympic Games. He lost to a Soviet Ziev in Moscow, and then to Terrell Biggs in Los Angeles, and then he defeated Biggs as a professional in Milan last October. That was a good win. Now, Johnny De Plooy has been a good counter-puncher in the training drills that I saw him, but can he do it with Damiani? I know that Damiani's think tank in the corner there, Umberto Branchini, one of the old professionals in the Italian fight game, promoter. He says we're going to look to be countering De Plooy. We're going to try and draw his leads. And Damiani's a shrewd old head. He's 30 years old now. Face like a farmer, body like a wrestler, but gets the job done. I am surprised that the WBO nominated 3 Puerto Rican judges here. You'd have thought they'd have brought some judges in slightly nearer to Sicily than that. And a Puerto Rican-born referee in Perez. He's definitely one of the best around. He handled one of the Ali Frazier fights among the 65 others. Watch for those right hands coming over the top. Both of them are fond of that in a counter. De Plooy has yet to even contest for the South African Heavyweight Championship, but I suppose that's not unusual these days. Frank Bruno hasn't for the British Championship either. See, that's the punch. He looks good doing that. The trouble with De Plooy, they say sometimes he runs out of a bit of ambition. He turned his back on Ronaldo Snipes when they fought him in America. Snipes a good puncher, but, well, the fight traders were a bit upset with him walking away as he did. 122 from 25 fights with 1 drawn, De Plooy. And Damiani on 23 run now, unbeaten. 19 of them stopped or knocked out. There's a fair contingent of South Africans, including a writer, Bert Lloyd, who's well known on the scene, and Stanley Christodoulou, the referee, who's also secretary of the South African Federation. They've made the long journey to be here to at least try and give an outside hand to De Plooy, but I think he's going to need all the help he can get here. So a bit of a searching start there, wasn't it, in the opening round? Not too much damage done. Range finding. Willie Locke in the corner with the South African. He looked after the heavyweight, yet he could see it. Coming out for round 2 then. This heavyweight scrap, and they are big enough lads, aren't they? 16, 10, 15 stone. And De Plooy, strangely enough, is still ranked at the cruiserweights, 13-8 by the World Boxing Association. Well, no need to tell you which side they're on there. Well, Damiani, believe it or not, is looking to get in at one stage with Mike Tyson. I question his judgment there. But, he's certainly on Tyson's hit list. Won the European championship against Anders Eklund. Easy defences against the German and Dutchman. Plooy's certainly got an attractive style about him. He doesn't particularly box like Joe Bugner, but has that similar attraction, they tell me, in South Africa. A good crowd puller. But it's whether his chin can match his heart or his heart his chin in this fight. Damiani will take his time now. Remember, such an experienced amateur. Not too many heavyweights to have boxed in 2 Olympic Games, and he's only been down once in his career, and that was against the great Cuban Teofilio Stevenson, and he got up, and believe it or not, he won. But Stevenson, to be fair, was well on the wane by then. Hasn't been a distance in a fight since July of '87, Damiani, against the American Eddie Richardson, which went 10 rounds. This is scheduled, of course, at the championship for 12. Really is an outpost here in Syracuse, in Sicily. Now they're trying to put this little town on the map via the television medium there, and can be seen in the States eventually, this fight, as well as here in Britain then. That's the punch that Plooy's got to try, the over-the-top right-hand shot, but he's got to look for the counter of Damiani. Well, he's a bit too big, I think, to try and get some dancing footwork going. There was a time when Damiani could do that, but I'm afraid he's a little bit too chubby around the waist now to perform there. Plooy had brought his wife too from South Africa. She's looking very hesitant at the inside. The Italian champion Mauricio Stecca, stablemate of Damiani's, right behind us shouting. Well, the crowd are considering they're getting their money's worth there, as referee Perez gets the scorecards. So now let's have a look at that in replay. He tries the right hand, he just misses with it there, Plooy. And it's just as well that Damiani missed with that one. Out for the third. And they're both a bit, as they would say in the boxing trade, right hand happy at this stage. So maybe the scouting report, as it were, is over, and somebody's got to do something now a bit more serious. They're not really been on target too much. Italian commentator Rio Tomasi, one-time big-time promoter in Italy, and also played tennis at Wimbledon. Just dropping his hands a bit now, Plooy. He's got to watch that. Showed that a bit in the sparring, I thought, in London, the gymnasium in Carnaby Street. He absorbed the punch so well, Damiani. That's the big thing about him. He's getting through with the right hand. Pulling his head back from him, Plooy. That's not he should try and tuck his head inside. He'll get caught with swings like that, but he's fighting back. This is the best round now. Oh, the left hook did it as well. He's trying to get both hands going now, Damiani. Getting a bit slack, Plooy. And caught again. The left hook did it there. That was the final blow. He's not going to make this under the bottom rope, Plooy. He's making no effort at all. Formal count now by Tony Perez. He's heard the 10, and that's the first signs that he wants to get up, but that's far too late. And I don't have to tell you, that's a very excited crowd now in this soccer stadium in Syracuse. Family, supporters, everybody else to be in the ring and see the world champion Mauricio Stecca's coming in. Let's have a look at the finishing replay. So that's the one that starts the roll. He falls into that left hook. He's got his hand way low at that point. The overhead camera. See, there it is there. Now he moves away, clips him there, and that's it, on the side of the jaw.